So what is the signature we look for when starting or ideating a new strategic venture? That signature actually has three pieces or three prongs. We're usually looking for a large market opportunity where biotechnology has had a toehold but been underleveraged or underinvested, where typically we see that innovation is siloed out and potentially under-resourced. And then second prong, where we can aggregate that work on Ginkgo's platform in order to take advantage of our economies of scale, de-risk technical risk, and accelerate programs so that we can develop multiple solutions and products. And third prong, we look for opportunities where we can partner with corporate strategics or seasoned executives that have deep network and expertise in a channel. So the advantages of strategic ventures are fairly clear. These companies are born day one with immediate access to Ginkgo's cell programming platform, mature, de-risked, with 400 plus scientists ready to rock day one and take programs. They don't need to, for instance, take and undergo that typical lag time that startups have of booting up their own technical team, hiring their own engineering team, developing their own lab, right? So instead, they can orbit around their customers, around their product development, around their application science, the things that will eventually drive the core value for those businesses. We think of this as a classic division of labor by comparative advantage, although it's actually startlingly rare in venturing, where typically companies spend their first years of life and their first rounds of investor capital actually building up and proving out their technical platform. Here, we think we've obviated that. So as I said, instead of focusing on engineering or cell engineering, these companies can maniacally instead concentrate on product development, end market applications, etc. And so that's where they build up expertise and build up capability. So as a result, these strategic ventures team look very different than the Ginkgo team. They look complementary to the Ginkgo team. In the case of Motif, for instance, you see world-class food scientists, you see sensory experts, people who are really well-versed in understanding how ingredients can be formulated and mixed to solve texture, taste, other sensorial problems, and create new experiences for consumers in the food space. At Alonia, there are teams and folks who are well-versed veterans in the bioremediation space, process engineers that can marry biology with mechanical, physical, chemical systems that can then be deployed onto sites to remediate waste problems. Neither of these companies needs to have a team to build out a cell engineering platform. Ginkgo obviously covers that. But I'd say by far the most critical element for success for these opcos is the leader. What's needed in every case is this kind of alchemical mixture of someone who has a powerful vision for how biology can transform or disrupt an industry, someone with an expert understanding of their field and the gravitas to bring along customers and peers, and someone who has that aptitude for translating a new technology, in this case biology, into their market.
I think the relationship with Ginkgo is really a game changer for Alonia. Using biology for waste has been around for decades and it works, but it's inefficient in how it's used today. The use of natural biology has limitations, and Ginkgo's role in progressing the ability to read and write DNA is really unique and affords much more capabilities to Alonia's solutions than have ever been possible before. And it gives us more shots on goal with their Foundry and code base. And an example of this is we're working on a biosensor contaminant project. And so we're looking to create a biosensor that detects contaminants in the field. And we're working with Ginkgo to develop this. So through that work that we've been doing over the last couple of months is we've been able to test 100 trillion constructs, 100 trillion. To me, that's amazing. And it's something that was never possible before and could never be done manually. So I think this is a great example of how their capabilities is really allowing us to be more successful in the development that we're trying to do.
So we are, of course, relying on Ginkgo to do biotech work, which enables us to remain focused on our industry and what we are good at. We don't have to build out the technical infrastructure, which is expensive and costly and risky on the biotech front, nor do we have to hire a massive team for that expertise. So we're able to rely on Ginkgo for the biotech work. We'll have, of course, some very important biotech expertise, but we don't have to build out the team nor the infrastructure. And we view this as an agility play for us. It allows us to be agile. It allows us to be very efficient with our capital as well, and to focus on our industry and what we are good at. So if you think about the tool set of the industry thus far, effectively for as far as we've known of the personal care industry, it has relied on extracting the ingredients that we use from the world around us, whether it's relying on petrochemicals, animals, and then more recently plants. This is, certainly a way of sourcing ingredients, but presents challenges and problems from a sustainability standpoint. We believe that by turning to biology and biotechnology, we can not only solve some of those sustainability challenges, but perhaps more importantly, and what we're most excited about, start to open up entirely new possibilities in beauty and personal care around the types of actives we talk about, the types of actives we formulate with functionality and performance, and fundamentally changing how we construct formulations and products.
We're going to create new food experiences for people. And by doing so, help the industry convert more people over. That's only possible because our partners at Ginkgo can really deliver on the platform of analyzing the opportunities and discovering things that I don't have to build the infrastructure to do. I have to have the knowledge of what should we be looking for and then how to apply it. And I think that is the true essence of the partnership that allows us to be aggressive in the other areas. And I would say, and the proof will be in the pudding over the next several years, we will surpass the other players who are really trying to create better tasting plant-based foods. And I think we already have quite a bit of the proof in a very short amount of time, in that the products that we have developed with our new technologies inside in consumer testing and in sensory testing outperform pretty much all the products on the market today. And so obviously we're in a hurry to get those into the market, but that would have not occurred if we weren't able to balance Ginkgo's power in what they do and us building a company with unique sets of powers that complement those.
We are going to have a pipeline of innovative, differentiated ingredients that will not only solve existing problems, but push in to new white space for this industry. So that in and of itself is valuable and powerful. And we have unique access to that very much so because of our relationship with Ginkgo. Effectively, we have access to this multi-billion-dollar platform that is able to do this work for us at a speed and a cost that makes this viable in this industry. It enables us to stay focused on the application area that we are experts in. So we get to stay focused on the formulation and the analytical piece so that we can confirm how we bring these ingredients to market in an experiential way that is still powerful and high performing.
There is a Ginkgo sphere, which is Ginkgo has a whole series of connections in different industries, different applications, different products, and different people that think differently. First of all, it's exciting. It's great to be tapped into. So the other CEOs of companies that have spun out of Ginkgo or partner with Ginkgo's, we connect with one-on-one or in a group. We leverage that network to help each other out. We leverage that network to get new ideas. And so first of all, just the partner companies create one network. And then, Ginkgo was built with great investors. We have definitely built relationships with many of them. We're excited to bring in some new investors that complement those. And I think that network of investors has also created opportunities that we would not have seen previously. The other thing is, Ginkgo has an unbelievably diverse set of people in the company. And as we've learned more about the people in the company, it's helped us connect. And the reverse of that is, I think that Ginkgo has realized that we've built an interesting company with quite a few smart and interesting peoples, and that network goes both ways.